Welcome back to the channel. This is NOLA Trucking. I'm Matt, and we are on week 2 of our dedicated run. We wrapped up the return leg this morning. It's way less stressful now that we know what's going on, where to go, who to check in with. We know that nobody's going to be here until 6 a.m. So we get in about 2:30. Sleep for a little while, get startled by the knock on the door, wonder where we are, what year it is, what continent we're on. I was lost this morning. I'm not 100% sure that the guy didn't have to knock twice. Because, I don't know. I have a slight memory of hearing something and then just going back to sleep. But he knocked again, or maybe knocked the first time. I don't know. Not 100% sure on it, but we got that unloaded. We actually just dropped the trailer in the door and then came over to our spot to sleep. And then we used the Planet Fitness membership that we got last week. We used that for the first time. Their showers are pretty much on par with the truck stop shower. Nothing fancy, but it was free. And it lined up really well, just because we don't really want to go to the Baltimore truck stops. And also, since we're doing this, we're not getting as much fuel as we used to when we were running quite a bit. So we don't have all the shower credits available. So it was good. And this lines up perfectly since we're in Baltimore for a day until we go to our FedEx run. So it was nice to get over there. Liz used a bunch of the machines there, and then we rolled back over here. We actually have some stuff waiting at one of the, will be delivered tonight to one of the Amazon lockers at one of the truck stops around here. So we're kind of getting acclimated to this run, and it's getting more familiar, and now we can branch out. We know when we get down to Greensboro tomorrow, I guess it would be the following Saturday, then we're going to run over to the Walmart, then we'll hook back up to the trailer, we're going to get down to Atlanta. So we're just kind of catching our stride now, which is good. I guess this is the glory part for a lot of people of when you do like a dedicated run, is you're not perpetually lost, like I talked about quite a bit. But I guess on another topic, probably going to be something in the title of the video, some people have asked me my opinions on, how to put it delicately, because I don't want to stir up drama, because it's not even that big of a deal to me. But there are some people talking about how bad Landstar was doing, and how their company was the best and stuff like that. But I didn't really have anything to offer because I don't really care. Because as you guys have really seen, we do not recruit at all. We didn't recruit at Prime, and we've definitely never recruited here. I don't even know. There's maybe a recruitment bonus. I don't know. Probably not on an owner-operator style company. But anyways, we don't recruit at all, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Because there's a pretty steep learning curve at Landstar. So I would feel obligated to help the people that are struggling if we were the ones to refer them over here. So this is like, I say it all the time, this company is kind of like a choose your own adventure. There's so many different ways that you can go about this job. You know, there's specialty freight, there's oversized, overdimensional, there's reefer, there's drive-in, there's logistics, there's tours, there's so many different options. There's something for everyone here, typically. But there's such a steep learning curve, and a lot of people can't deal with the process here. You know, like, they don't pick up on how to book the freight, and that it's like Monday through Friday, and past like 6 o'clock Eastern, you're probably not going to get a load for the day. There's just so much that, like, little pitfalls that people get trapped into. So we don't even begin to recruit people. I don't care if people come here. If you want to stay where you're at, that's cool. I'm not trying to convince anybody otherwise. And the way that we kind of look at trucking in general, or our time driving, or like why we don't share money, and just stuff like that, is like we equate this job to a single player video game. Everyone else kind of equates it to a multiplayer game where you're competing against everyone else and you want to be the top. So you're trying to like figure out where you are in the standings, and like everybody wants to be the top dog, and like you're always has that competition. But to us, it's a single player game. Like we're playing it against our bills and are building our future endeavors that don't include trucking. So all the money that we're saving, and debt that we paid off a while ago, and we're living under our means and things like that. So that's all we really care about. I don't care about, like, everyone tries to recruit us to these different companies, or they want to tell us how much everyone else is making somewhere else and things like that. Like, that's all good and fine. It doesn't do anything to us because we want to be here. And like I said, we're not competing with people is the biggest thing. So like when somebody's talking trash about Landstar, I'm like, okay, it's not my company. I don't care. It's not Matt and Liz Trucking LLC or whatever, and we have 8,000 trucks. Like, it's the place that we lease our truck onto. But other than that, other than pulling the Landstar trailers, they're not in our business day to day. It's to means to the end, to an end. So I think that kind of is kind of the difference in why we don't get involved in any sort of drama. We don't do any recruiting. I really don't care if people are talking trash about the place that we're leased onto. I don't care if somebody says that XYZ company is better. That's fine. I mean, a better company for one person does not mean it's going to be a better company for everyone else. So we like it here. We're doing really well here. It's not for everyone. And that kind of goes back to my point of like why we don't recruit people over here. There's been a few times that people have reached out to us with new BCOs that are struggling really bad, and they're about to lose their truck and stuff like that. And they reach out to us to see if we can help. But even then, it's difficult to change somebody's mindset here, because like I tell them the 3 keys to success here, booking your freight out, always have your load alerts on, don't be afraid to drop and hook, know your costs, things like that, basic stuff. It's all basic stuff. Other than keeping yourself booked out and always having your load alerts on, those are pretty Landstar specific, but everything else is just general trucking stuff that everyone should be following. Just anytime that you're an owner operator, or even a lease operator, or anything of the sort where you're not a company driver, just basic stuff. But when people ask us to help these people, Liz and I both feel this like slight bit of guilt if they're not doing well, even though like we didn't tell them to come over here and we're just trying to help them out. And then half the time the people fight us on the stuff that we're saying anyways. So it's like, what are you going to do? I gave it an effort. But we don't like to see people fail, obviously. But also, I mean, it's going to happen. This isn't like other companies where you have a safety net. Like once you've ran yourself out of money, just go home. Peel the stickers off the truck, turn your truck in if it's being financed, and you go home. But yeah, I think it really goes back to that analogy that I said of the single player game versus multiplayer game. Is like, we're not competing with anybody. I don't care what other people are making, like, and people ask all the time, like, oh, what can I make as a team and stuff like that. But it's like, we don't really run as a full team, There's teams at Landstar that could probably be a better help than we can, because that's not how we run. We run like, I don't know, we run how we run, basically. So we just kind of stay in our own lane, and that's that, like, if somebody asks questions about Landstar, I would answer them for sure, but I'm not going to go out of my way and try to convince somebody to leave their company that they're at to come over here, just because there's no interest in me getting new BCOs over here. It's not my thing. There's been a few of our friends that have left, a few that left Prime and have asked us, for help kind of getting over here, which, I gladly did. But then you still feel that tiny bit of responsibility of, making sure that they're successful. And I don't know, it's a weird place to be in. But we try to avoid all the drama because, like I said, this is our own world, and occasionally we'll interact with other trucking channels. But other than that, I mean, this is just our own world. Our world doesn't cross paths with many other people, so we just kind of stay in our own lane, do our own thing. But that being said, the people that were, I guess, throwing shade at Landstar don't really have a ton of experience at other places to make that judgment call. But who am I to say otherwise? I mean, we've only been to 2 places, but I'm also not proclaiming that anywhere is the best place, because I don't know, we might not have even found the best place. Might not have even found the best place for us, but this is where we're going to be until we find a reason not to be. So anyways, just kind of wanted to make a video update on the dedicated run. Still doing well. Still can't film it, so that's out of there. I am going to film the next one. It's going to be a overnight run. Starting to like this loop, feeling more comfortable at each of the places, knowing when we can, like, just drop the trailer, disconnect, go sleep somewhere quiet. We're working in the Planet Fitness stuff, the Walmart runs. We're able to get stuff at Amazon lockers that we need on the road that we can't get at, like, Walmarts and stuff. So I actually ordered a pair of shoes. I meant to order them while we were at home for the last home time, but I totally forgot. And now my current shoes are starting to wear down to where they are no longer water resistant. So I have a new pair of shoes. Hopefully they're comfortable and don't have to send them back, but if we do, we do. It's free return shipping, so we'll see. We will get back to our regularly scheduled episodes tomorrow with the FedEx run that we're running from Baltimore to Greensboro. So if that's the kind of videos that you're interested in, we will pick that up tomorrow. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.